chapter 1 is The Journey to Earth. Now, believe it or not, this is the last book I wrote out of the series of 5. So I wrote the other books, and then I think it was 2018, I was working up in the Arctic, working on some security cameras for a company out of Winnipeg. It was a government contract. It was for the air monitoring stations. And of course, in the evenings, there's nothing to do. It's a government kind of a job, so you can only work so many hours, and then you got to come back and have supper and go sit in your hotel and watch TV. So I just started writing. I wrote all those other books, and I felt it just needed a beginning. Like, what happened in the very beginning? What happened? So my mind started to wander, and up came this book. It was just a short narration to the whole 5-story collection. So chapter 1, The Journey to Earth. And so I'll throw some music to this so it dramatizes it, and then it gets into the reading. But this is the narrator. So imagine your inception. Open your mind up to the beginning of time, when you were a celestial being, millions or even billions of years ago. You're traveling through the universe as 100% pure intelligent energy. The quantum speeds you travel at bring you through the cosmos at lightning speeds. The 3-dimensional planets and stars that fill the universe add to the beauty and tranquility that we can feel, sensualize, and connect with. After a lifetime of exploring various worlds and staying on some to help, you have been preparing for one grand purpose. And by achieving this goal or this purpose, you will then be drawn beyond the known cosmos to a place that is set out only for the tested ones, the ones burned with fire for the sake of the good news. The good news of what, you ask? This story is one that cannot be told in one sitting. This is an experience or a journey of one of many billions of persons who presently walk the blue planet. And this journey will take you to your very beginning. The call is out to the 12 eyes of the universe. The magnetic draw is tremendous, and the retrograde of the planets surrounding the planet Earth has drawn attention to the whole of the solar system. The 12 eyes of the universe are pulled into a unified task. The time has come to help save the most beautiful planet in the cosmos, the planet Earth. Earth is in trouble, and the voice of the universe, neither he nor a she, but known to many as the grand creator of the universe, has spoken in an undertone to all in the cosmos. And he says, "Now is the dawn of a generation. This is the closing of yet another day. The sun has set, and soon you will be asleep. And when you wake up, you will enter into a new day. A new generation. This generation is drawn in the 12 eyes to cause a ripple effect to such an extent that the critical mass of energies worldwide shifts finally to a zero balance." A few moments ago, according to the interstellar time, many billions of years according to Earth time, the universe was created. The Creator, also known as the Voice, designed the universe to perfectly balance negative energy and positive energy. And in doing so, the universe as we know it stands and exists because of zero energy balance, the Zeb effect. The universe at its infancy was also seeded with myriads of intelligent energy beings, making the journey through the cosmos that of endless selections. These selections include, but are not limited to, that of many forms of life and endless amounts of time. Space and the beauty of the universe is never ending, all designed to work in precision, like a large clock with many gears, cogs, and circuits. Adventure and challenge come from the inceptions and the purification process of each of the pure energy beings. It has been but a few brief moments that the tranquility is now overwhelming and stable throughout the universe because of the great cleansing of the cosmos. According to interstellar time clocks, the last 100 years on Earth were but a moment, perhaps a few seconds in time on the grand scale of the cosmos. To celestial beings that have taken up a human host, time seems forever. To an insect, it may be 3 days on Earth, but in its lifetime for that insect. To a bird or an animal, a lifetime is only a handful of human years, but each day is much longer to the animal than to the human. You see, the time of life that we have on the planet is relative to that of the creation around it. To angels, it is endless. But let me explain why and how. The cleansing of the heavens throughout the cosmos enabled the banishing of all the unbalanced energy beings to the planets they are or were entangled with, now creating a true zero balance in the heavenly part of the universe, the whole or Zeb effect. Shortly after the heavenly purification process and the Second World War on Earth, humans on Earth could then and now advance without stellar interference. The guardians of the universe and the planets have set down rules of engagement between interstellar travelers and planets. One such rule no longer allows celestial beings the free choice to randomly travel back and forth from planets, interfering with the natural selection and evolution of the planet. Since that time of cleansing in the heavens, it has been open to humanity on Earth to now see heaven through the magnification process of telescopes, allowing them to see what the Creator designed for human beings to peer up to, allowing them to choose and ask, is this by design or by chance? Their inward thoughts will determine their destiny. It is through the thought process that the human host will advance, for better or for worse. It is within the nucleus of the thoughts where we create our future. If our thoughts are not celestial, when the human host has lived its life course, the energy will be confined to the earth until the great resurrection of the lost souls of 2316 AD. This number equals 3. Everything in the universe is made up of numbers, calculations, and mathematics. Each number, when reduced to a single whole number, carries a certain meaning. From each celestial star, we will find each intelligent energy being on Earth. Each is designated to bring all three-dimensional humans to enlightenment, masculine and feminine, in life forms, each with a purpose of love, all from stardust. All three-dimensional energy life forms, humans, animals, birds, insects, they all produce their own offspring, according to its own kind. The universe contains billions of intelligent life forms, some three-dimensional and others in pure energy form. Each type of life form comes from energy. This energy cannot die, it can only change state. Just as each inhabitable planet in the cosmos contains billions of life forms, the Creator has given free choice to all of creation. What is your choice? What is your purpose? Then what is your 3 wishes? Is it not here in your mind's eye that you can imagine and wish what it is, I ask? What is it that you wish for? Imagine anything and it will be yours. But wishers beware, be careful as to what you wish for. It will define your purpose. And when it manifests itself, you must live your wish. The choice is yours. Chapter 2: The 12 Eyes of the Universe. On the planet Earth, the human body is made up of matter and energy. In the human body, the energy is both electrical and chemical. Whenever a new birth of a human on Earth takes place, it is at the first breath of life and through a quantum leap from the stars that celestial energy, star energy, is transferred from the cosmos to the human infant. all at the blink of an eye. It is then the journey on earth begins for that celestial being. We on earth are all travelers from the 12 eyes of the universe. That is, we come from the zodiacus, meaning the 12 circles of the animals around the earth. Celestial beings are drawn to the earth just as if a magnetic force were invisibly pulling and drawing them in. This is the invitation from the Creator. The purpose of life in the universe is to fill Earth-like planets with intelligent life and advanced life to project a critical mass of positive energy throughout the universe. This balance will allow the Earth once again to flow with the pure energies and experience the tranquility of the Creator. All in the creation have a purpose, and many in the universe are drawn to the Earth to take a short journey for a moment to fulfill that purpose. Their purpose is to help the earthly society of peoples to evolve the earth and all of humanity to what was called in Greek utopias, which means a good place, or to develop a utopian society that possesses highly desirable or nearly perfect qualities for its peoples. Rules of engagement are such: once in the human host, the pure energy beings will not recall their heavenly journey from the stars. They must then find true balance within the human host to experience truth and direction from the Creator. Earth is now out of balance, heading for the third and final outing. The 2019 retrograde has shaken and shifted the Earth to awaken the human host to the last and final test for humankind. What is a retrograde, you may ask? Well, it's the magnetic force when combined with the planets all lining up. The frequencies of each planet, the harmonics, the magnetics, all together form a tremendous pull on the Earth. This pull awakens the white wolf within, which is all part of the Creator's intelligent design. Chapter 3: Gabriella, the communicator for the Earth. The story of White Wolf unfolds. I was grouped with 3 other celestial beings, all travelers from the 12 eyes of the Scorpius. We traveled together in an astron, a certain pattern of celestial beings traveling earthbound, all with the single purpose of saving the Earth from the third population reset. We have lost the race to populate the Earth to all 4 corners twice. When a reset event hits twice with destruction from the Creator, on the third strike, we're out. We become like Mars, a desolate wasteland, no longer able to sustain life as we know it. The time was perfect. We all arrived with just enough time on Earth to live 7 times 7 equals 49. 49 years, and then start a new course of life in the same host, then to achieve our purpose before we leave the planet. Our arrival time at the planet Earth allowed for just enough time to experience the 2019 retrograde, the lining up of the 7 planets. It all started just as the ancient Mayans had predicted. In 2013 is when the Earth resonance started to change and the harmonics on Earth started to increase upwards from 7 hertz each year to 14, then to 21 hertz. 7 times 3 equals 21. As well, the human host would resonate at a higher level, increasing consciousness. This increase in resonation would bring about the shift to a new era of energy on Earth, one from sun-stored fuels based on greed to that of solar energy based on love. This combined shift will stimulate the human population to advance to a zero balance. At least that was the plan, says Gabriella. We are all stationed before Gabriella, the communicator for the Earth, the liaison for each of the celestial bodies. This is a story of one of these celestial beings coming from the 12 eyes of the universe, from the celestial body known as Scorpius. This celestial being is called NGC 6302-102463, meaning White Wolf of the 12 from the Butterfly Nebula. Yes, that is my stellar name for short. But call me White Wolf of the Scorpius. No, White Wolf. It is just fine. I especially took note of the three others traveling the same course as me from the Scorpius Butterfly Nebula. In the stellar form, we can sense and feel each other's strengths, compassions, love, and commitments to the purpose of helping the planet Earth. Their purpose was similar. We were all traveling to the last of the seven continents of Earth for the same reason. There are 360,000 babies born per day and 15,000 births per hour worldwide. That is more than twice the number of people who die each day. Just under half of the world's total population is comprised of children, 30 and younger, and mostly in six old world continents on Earth. We chose the New World, the last of the discovered continents, the seventh one, North America. Gabriella's energy was the brightest of all the 360,000 energy beings before the assembly of Earth that day. All energy beings are in a perfect balance of masculine and feminine energy, creating zero balance within each being, working from the pure energy of the cosmos of 432 hertz, 4 plus 3 plus 2 equals 9. The number 9 symbolizes love, faith, spiritual enlightenment, and spiritual awakening. It also represents the universal spiritual law karma, the laws of attraction. That is, for every action, there is an opposite and equal reaction. Every thought we think leads to action, and this creates a corresponding energy that comes back to us in some other form. Gabriella's being was set in the beginning as the communicator for the blue planet Earth. This is a sad time, says Gabriella. We have tried everything on Earth, every type of rulership possible in the past 7,000 years. The Earth is doubling in population each year. Its lungs are exhausted, and it is at the brink of a nuclear disaster many times over. Our critical mass of energy screaming upwards from the Earth is fear, anger, hate, hopelessness. We cannot enter the earth as our energies are a complete opposite of the earth's, therefore causing an opposite effect, like the opposite poles of a magnet. There is no attraction to the angelic creatures, only a repelling. We can feel the few that are calling, but the masses of the energies we feel have made it difficult for true spiritual connections, says Gabriella with a sad look. It is only through the animals and the children that we can communicate. Chapter 4, The Planet of Sevens. Only on a few occasions in my existence from a stellar level, working with the 12 eyes of the universe, have we ever combated problems such as this. From Scorpius, we specialize in getting things done and getting things going on planets. We're good starters, but need support to finish. It's part of our star energy. The downside is scary if we become unbalanced, but the upside is the most powerful of all the star energies in the cosmos. Gabriella appeared in the heavenly cosmos before us just prior to entry to warn myself and the three companions of our treacherous course. As celestial beings, we do have free choice to take an earth tour outside of one of 4,200 religions of faith in God. But in doing so, we would be not guaranteeing a safe passage off the earth. These paths have been set up to help humanity to see the Creator when they leave their earthly journey. The reward for getting off the earth and completing our purpose is seeing the Creator on the other side of the cosmos. So, of course, everyone that could get onto earth was game for the journey. Gabriella explained to all of us that the journey on earth is the most sought out in the cosmos. So it was a grand privilege to be drawn in by the Creator. This is a journey where one can explore true love in all seven facets. And in doing so in the human host, one would elevate their dark and white wolf within to a feeling of euphoria that can only be experienced on the blue planet Earth. But the life will be full of turmoil and hardships. After circling the earth many times, examining all the possibilities to achieve our purpose, we each chose a course. The rules of engagement are such: we will never remember our heavenly beginning while on our earthly journey unless we are awakened along the way. The other three travelers with me took their leap after only circling once. They seemed to figure out quickly their purpose, and they all jumped into the New World, the last of the 7 continents on Earth to be inhabited, North America. The first one jumped into Kruger, the second jump was Gates, the third was DiCaprio, and all from the Scorpius Butterfly Nebula, each with a purpose to cause a large enough ripple in the world that a critical mass of energy would go positive. At least that is our plan at the outset. They each had a purpose. One would help move the masses with music, the others with computer communications coupled to fight disease earthwide, and the other with entertainment and green energy movements, all fields of positive energy that can stimulate the masses. I'm still circling the earth, puzzled. Gabriella circles alongside me, prodding me. What are you waiting for, White Wolf? I notice this is a planet of sevens, I replied. Yes, Gabriella says, it is the magic number for the planet Earth. The Creator made it this way. As I study the human host, I notice the beta side of the brain vibrates at about the same as the planet vibrates, around 7 hertz. And there are 7 days to a week, largely because the human brain can only manage 7 items at a time. I also notice 3 is a significant number to the human host. They can only manage 3 tasks at once due to their limitations in their RAM memory. Every 7 years, the human body completely rebuilds itself. And amazingly enough, the human body's blood is replenished by the body every 7 weeks. Water, fresh water, is vital, I see, for the human host to live past 3 days. What do you see, White Wolf? Asks Gabriella. I feel a draw to the very top of the earth, the land of ice and snow. White Wolf grasps her hand as they circle together and cries out, Why has this taken so long this time around? Gabriella replies, The Creator's energy is felt on the planet Earth in the animals and in all the living organisms. There is a reason we in this class do not have all the answers to everything. It is that we too are fellow workers like you, doing our best to bring tranquility to the entire universe. We are getting close, but if only we can turn around the energy on planet Earth. White Wolf replies with a flash of light. You talked about sevens. What about this formula of 3? Since the nucleus of the human cell works on a 3-point axis in rotation, could there be a correlation between that number 3 and the Earth's number 7? Perhaps, White Wolf, but what are you getting at? Says Gabriella. White Wolf continues. If the human cells are fueled by only fresh water and it is made up mostly of 77% water, then I see a correlation. Tell me, White Wolf, what do you see? I see a planet of sevens, like you say, 7 lands, 7 seas, and I see the 7th largest and cleanest freshwater lake on Earth. It is in the land of ice and snow on the 7th discovered continent of the Earth. They call this country Canada on Earth, and the lake is called the Satu, or the Lake of the Grizzly, by the Dene, who have lived off the Great Bear Lake for some 7,000 years, in 7 villages spread around the lake. They lived in each spot for 7 years, then would move to the next location. After 7 times 7, which equals 49 years, they end up at the original spot they call D end of D line, for short, Delaney. I see a holy people set apart from the rest by the way the Creator, who has stayed in resting until the ice is uncovered at Johaven. It is here on March 24th of 2019, 0324 equals 3, when the prophecy will be completed that the village of Johaven and the third of the town's people will be pushed out by the pure energy of Joe. Look, Gabriella points, the tetragrammaton formed in the ionosphere in the northern lights. That is a sign. The Creator's name, YHWH. What do you think, Gabriella? I ask. Immediately, Gabriella turns to the end of the cosmos in meditation with the Creator and changes to a bright, shining light. She looks my way and replies, your intuition is sound, but the journey is impossible. The jump to a farmer. Why is it impossible? I question. She immediately replies, there is not enough time in the average life of a human to make this journey. The average human host can only sustain you for 70 to 80 years. You are limited from the start. You come from the cluster of Scorpius. Your energy is strong. It is demanding and powerful. The human heart is delicate and can only handle so much intensity in the weak state of this earthly imbalance. Is this your final choice, White Wolf? There are no guarantees unless you choose one of the 4,200 religions. Can we guarantee you a safe passage back? And currently, that is incomplete. Some are stuck on earth regardless. The negative force is strong and will sway you to greed, anger, and lust. You will fight the two wolves within constantly, battling inside your mind and body. Your dark wolf is your human host. It is your vehicle, so take care of it, bless it, and thank it for carrying you around. It will serve you well if you love it. Never hate your host, or the war is within. Your white wolf is your celestial energy that will circulate within the synapses of the human brain at the speed of light. You will live within the human host and become entangled to your host, the dark wolf. Please, Gabriella, tell me I have a bit of a chance, laments White Wolf. And Gabriella replies, there is a narrow path, but only a few will find it. It will be a long journey into the north of Canada, through the land of the blowing snow and ice. The entry into Earth, as you know, is done purely by faith in the Creator and genuinely believing the Creator will somehow make your path possible. But the intuition I am feeling is sorrow, grief, despair for the first 49 years of your life. You will be tested to the 7th degree, and if you fail, you will not make it back. You will know you are on the right track when you see two white wolves cross your path, but this will only happen at the end of the line, on the southwest corner of the 7th largest lake in the world, where the Great Bear River runs into the Great Mackenzie. This will be a sign, and you'll be awakened. This, my friend, will only happen at the end of the line for you. I'm sorry to bear this news, but you will have to die first for the good of other human lives. And if you somehow are resurrected on earth, then you will journey the next 1,000 years on earth, just as Methuselah and others lived for 960 years in the times past. Gabriella continues with the warning. You will be deceived 7 times by your closest companions on earth. You'll be running for your life from the time you're born for 7 times 7 years. You'll be run for 49 years. Gabriella continues, in the human host, you'll not know who you really are. In the first 7 years, you'll learn the language and how to operate the human host. In the second 7 years, you will grow from an infant to a young adult, going into what they call puberty. Then, in the next 7 years, you reach 21 years old, and you will be set out on your first course of life, the testing ground for negative energies. Gabriella looks my way with sadness and says, unless. She stops. Unless what? I inquire. Please tell me, I plead. You will not remember, she says. It's the rules of engagement. When you enter Earth, your celestial mind will diminish. The dark wolf within the human host will take control. So what's the use? Gabriella replies. She thinks and adds, unless you somehow get to the 7th dimension while on Earth, it is there you can receive help from the mainframe of the Earth. There are 7 intelligent energies. They reside on the Earth since the beginning of time with the same purpose as all of us. They are currently holding back the four corners of the earth, which consist of earth, wind, fire, and water. And if somehow you can make it to the seventh dimension on earth, you will be empowered by the seventh. I can feel the pull. I can feel my energies leaving the heavenly hosts. Please help. I need more time to figure this out. I'm not ready. I thought this was by choice, Gabriella. What is happening? Gabriella looks to the edge of the universe as if in communication with the Creator, and she immediately turns and gives this last sentiment. Your time is now brief in this realm, White Wolf. The energy from Earth is drawing you in. You are a water sign on Earth, coming from the celestial of Scorpius. Your sign is fluid and powerful, and you will harness the gift of being deeply determined and driven. Your Scorpio is intense, but that is precisely why you are being drawn to this earthly person, like a moth to a flame. Highly self-reliant, the DNA is in a poor farming family, with a small amount of indigenous blood to hopefully get you there. You, Scorpio, will enjoy solitude, so that if you are a he or she, you can think, dream, and strategize life's goals. I see a helper come to you in your 50th year, the Jubilee year of your life on earth. It is here that the Creator has already summoned a spiritual connection with the star energy of Pisces to entangle you with the traits lacking in the Scorpio host on earth. Your entanglement will be mystic and magical, full of love and gratitude. It will be through this entanglement that you will then obtain the three-chord bond and become one with your entanglement on earth. Then the two of you creating a third and most powerful force that we can communicate from the celestial position, adding in the strength of 9. Alone you have the power of 1, together you have the power of 2, and if in love and you are in unity for the same purpose, your entanglement will give you a third and most powerful energy on earth called love in all of its 7 facets. This third energy is unique. It is only found and experienced on earth, and that only the two of you together can create. It is the third energy that carries the God molecule. 1 plus 1 plus 1 is 3. The God molecule is a square root of 3, which equals 9. Yes, I understand the formulas, Gabriella, but can I make it through the 50 years? Gabriella sadly replies, that I can't say. There are no guarantees. The dark wolf energy on Earth is by far the most powerful in the past 7,000 years. But wait, I feel another helper is being sent by the Creator from the constellation of Cancer, also a fluid water sign, one that you can reckon with. Tesla. No, she continues. He already finished his course prior to his departure. Another will carry the same energy. Musk will be his earthly name. He will help. I can feel myself going, cries White Wolf. What if I made a mistake? White Wolf cries out one last time, what if? Then, as if in a blink of an eye, at the speed of light, White Wolf disappears to Earth to start a new journey. Good luck, she calls out as his energy disappears to the 7th continent of the Earth, to a place called Alberta, where the Badlands Guardian geoglyph is a sign from the Creator. This is the only place on planet Earth where the angels of the blue planet, Earth, Wind, and Fire, and the angel of water have together carved out the face of an ancient Indian healer. Gabriella thinks, you, White Wolf, will have a bloodline through the Papache's Indians of Edmonton, Alberta, and you'll have the strength of the water sign from the Scorpius to carry out your journey. I have faith, she thinks silently to herself. Chapter 6. The Full Force of Gabriella. Gabriella petitions the Creator one more time. Her intuition is strong and accurate after many thousands of years of placing celestial beings on their earthly course, and that of helping Earth to evolve to the utopia. Utopia was the original design of Earth, the gem at the edge of the Milky Way, nestled in and protected among 9 planets of the solar system. The blue planet resides as a third planet from the sun, allowing for perfect conditions to inhabit humans, plants of every sorts, and all the wild animals, birds, insects in every form, color, and shape. The earth was made to be the top of the food chain by living, breathing, and giving birth to humans. The entanglement between humans, animals, and plant life is so complex that not even the guardians and angels fully understand the depths of the Creator's design and intelligence. Gabriella, like myriads of other angelic beings, are all working together to reach utopia throughout the cosmos. Gabriella's intuition is telling her that White Wolf will not make it through the entanglement of time on Earth to reach the land of snow and ice. Gabriella knows that the Creator has been petitioned and there is nothing else she can do, as each celestial being taking a journey on Earth has a choice. For thousands of years, the Earth has been set up with the energy type of religious pathways to the Creator, but the system is not working. The dark wolf energy within is strong, and humans all seem to seek out their own advantage, their own greed, and hunger for more power, causing many conflicts and wars, even in the name of religion. And the religions not going to war are caught up in their own ego, believing and teaching that many followers that they are the holy ones that have the so-called golden truth, when none of us in the cosmos really understand the workings of the Creator fully. Humans have chosen some 108 names for God, names that they use to identify the Creator, the grand maker of the universe, names in their own country and religions and language in various places on earth. We have allowed many choices for the human family to unite, Gabriella thinks. We have allowed free choice, rulerships of every form, Yahweh, the God of the Israelites, whose name was revealed to Moses, known as the Tetragrammaton. After all, Gabriella reasons, the earth is part of the 12 eyes from the stars, a planet of 12 names of God, that once written cannot be erased because of their holiness. Elohim, my creator, Jehovah, my Lord God, Yisheldel, my supplier, Adonai, my master, Jehovah Jireh, my provider, Jehovah Prophi, my healer, Jehovah Nissi, my banner, Jehovah Makadesh, my sanctifier, Eloah, Eloi, El Shaddai, and Tezvaot are names of God. Gabriella reasons we supported each of the 12 eyes of the universe, and now encompass 83% of the celestial beings from the 12 zodiacs coming to Earth to reside under these 12 religions. And the other 17% did not choose religion, but only spirituality, hoping to find a new pathway that works better. The Baha'is, Buddhism, Christianity, Confucianism, Hinduism, Islam, Jainism, Judaism, Shinto, Shinkism, Taoism, and Zoroastrianism. Gabriella ponders in meditation to the Creator. We have taken the perfect number 12 and applied the square root to the 4 corners of the earth. 12 times 12 equals 144,000. We have set up this number of workers in the 5th dimension on earth, the working dimension, known as the farmer's market. Still pondering the choices of the 3 from the Scorpios Astro, the collection of the knowledge that came in with White Wolf, and why White Wolf took so long to relate the 7s on earth and then the last minute crying for help, Gabriella could not help but petition the Creator one more time for more understanding. Each celestial being has its own relationship with the Creator over many millions, and in some cases billions of Earth years, each being made of pure 100% energy of love in its 7 facets, each with a unique and identifiable personality, will be drawn by the Creator and will make their way to Earth to help in some way not known to us, not known by the celestial being itself even, but only known to the Creator. Gabriella ponders to what a grand universe we are all part of, she smiles, putting all her faith in the Creator. Then, with the suddenness of her last petition, as fast as the law of attraction can be, she could see a sign from the Creator in the aurora borealis of Delany. Two ravens appear. It was then at this moment Gabriella thought, why, yes, the ark and Noah. He sent out the two ravens, and they did not come back. They went to the far north of Canada, up along a large island called Victoria Island of British Columbia, off the seventh ocean, the Pacific. It was here that the ravens stayed with the indigenous people of the land, the Cree, and then eventually worked their way up the coast to the seventh largest lake in the world, the Great Bear Lake of the Satu, and they befriended the Dene. As fast as the aurora gave the sign, it was taken away, and thus Gabriella knew what the Creator wanted. It was in the blink of an eye that a celestial being came from the 12 eyes of Leo, and she knew this being was sent to help White Wolf to reach its purpose on earth. That was yet to be determined, as each celestial being has its own purpose in helping the earth to reach utopia. After many times circling the earth, just as White Wolf did, the Leo suddenly circled at high speeds in the opposite direction, as if its being had a deeper purpose. Gabriella started to circle with the Leo and they raced in the opposite direction. And then they would hover over this lake again, the same one that White Wolf hovered over, the Satu. Gabriella summons Leo. What is it that makes you stop here? The Leo's being starts to glow brighter and brighter. And as the Leo moves closer and closer, the two ravens appear in the aurora for only but a moment. And we both knew that this was a sacred place on earth. The Leo was waiting for an opening in this most unusual land, with only but a handful of Dene, perhaps 1,000 humans, living around the lake in 7 villages from the beginning of time. But there were no openings, and then the Leo begins its descent to an opening in Victoria, BC, to live amongst the Cree Indians. This is where the two ravens will eventually take him to his destination, Delany. Leo, being a fire sign from the sun, is bright and magnetic. Gabriella senses a union between White Wolf, one that will not be broken by time, but to be attained. It was then at this descent the heavens opened, and all the angelic beings lit up brightly, paving a new road to a new way, a way outside of the 12 religions, but that of a simpler but purer way of life. Gabriella's intuition caused joy amongst the heavens, as this could be a new beginning for the earth. But really, for this to happen, there would have to be more help at this destination in Delany. Well, thank you for listening. That was the first part to the 5 books. So it was kind of a little bit out there in space, but what do you do when your mind's wandering? So join me on the next reading, and we will start the short story called A Journey to Love. And thank you very much. See you next time.